Jared had been gone for nearly a decade. He remembered the day he stormed out of his parents' home, full of pride and anger, convinced the world owed him more than his small town could ever offer. The city had been everything he dreamed: bright lights, endless parties, and promises of freedom. But freedom, he learned, had a price. Years passed in a blur of bad decisions. Jobs came and went, friendships dissolved, and the money he'd once flaunted vanished as quickly as it arrived. He grew tired body and soul. One rainy evening, sitting alone on the cold concrete of a city alley, he whispered a name he hadn't spoken in years: God. The words felt awkward at first, like trying on a coat that no longer fit. But as he spoke them again, something inside him loosened, a knot of guilt and longing he didn't know how to untangle. He realized he had spent so long chasing the world's approval that he'd ignored the one who had never stopped waiting for him. The next morning, Jared bought a train ticket. The ride was long, and with every mile, memories of home, his mother's laugh, his father's quiet wisdom wove through his heart. When the familiar station came into view, his chest tightened. Would they even want him back after everything he'd done? His mother was the first to see him. Her face went pale, then crumpled, and before he could speak, she was running into his arms. His father followed, hesitant at first, then smiling through tears, pulling him close. "You're home, son," he said simply. "You're finally home." But the reunion with his family was only part of what Jared sought. That night, in the quiet of his old room, he knelt beside his bed. For the first time in years, he prayed not for success, not for escape, but for forgiveness, guidance, and a chance to truly start over. He felt something shift inside him, a warmth that had nothing to do with family, nothing to do with wealth, but everything to do with God. Jared's journey was far from over. There would be challenges, regrets to face, relationships to rebuild, and ways to prove his sincerity. But for the first time in a long while, he walked forward with purpose, rooted in the certainty that he was not only back in the embrace of his parents, but back in the arms of God.